And Capadonna does not play, y'all. Capadonna does not play. Like, when can a man not play with me like that? Hello, welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So, look at my face, y'all. Look at it. Pow, pow, pow. I know y'all see that weight loss. I'm joking with y'all. No, seriously, y'all, I've been to the gym so consistent. And let me tell y'all, I know this is not what this channel is about, but I do like to include like a little bit of my life and what's going on and some lifestyle. I want to like show y'all like my gym sometime, but I don't know yet because I be like real like weird about like filming in the gym because people be like, what is she doing? Why is she filming? Y'all know how people be acting in the gym. So anyway, but contrary to my size, me being a big girl, I've always been a big girl, but I've always been active as well. So, but I've always just been like super big. So, last year I went to the gym consistently. I literally lost like 30 pounds. And then I had a knee injury. And then, but my knee injury, all the things that I were able to do before my knee injury, I couldn't do. So now I'm having to do the geriatric stationary bike, which I love the stationary bike. That is like my preferred cardio. That is like my preferred mode of cardio is the stationary bike because I do it for 35 minutes I used to do 35 minutes on the intensity of 6 to get my heart pumping. And I used to do 10 miles a day, 10 miles. And I know some people be like, oh, 10 miles on a stationary bike, that's nothing. No, 10 miles on a stationary bike at an intensity of 6. No, that's some serious work. So I literally had conditioned my body to do 10 miles at an intensity of 6. And then I was lifting weights one day, and then I was doing some leg curls, a leg press or leg curls, one of them. And then like 2 days after that, I couldn't walk. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is going on right now? Y'all, I couldn't walk for like a month. And then I was like, you know what, let me go to the orthopedic because my leg had swelled up. My knee swelled up. So I went, and then he was like, oh, it's some arthritis, which I knew that since I was like 35. And then he's like, just take some turmeric and drink lots of water and continue to just like exercise, lose weight, but don't lift anything heavy, no weights, whatever with your knees. So so basically, yeah, so I've had to like get on the stationary bike at an intensity of 2, which I don't like because I feel like even though I'm still sweating, I just feel like I want to push myself, but I can't because I have a knee injury still. And the knee injuries, and that was like last year, like December. And it's December again, and it's just like, it's not gotten better. And I'm knock-kneed. So if you know what knock-kneed is, it's like I'm knock-kneed and I'm pigeon-toed. So like my feet turn in and my knees turn in when I walk. So really that's very unusual for your knees aren't supposed to knock and your feet aren't supposed to turn in. So I always knew that I would have knee problems as I got older. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I know, I'm gonna get to the book. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I've like within the last month, I've been really consistent with my diet because I know what works for me, which is low carb, no sugar, and very, very low carbs, no bread. So I've been eating fruits, vegetables, fruits that are low in fructose, which are like my berries, and making sure I get my protein in, So basically, I know what works for me. And then look at my face. My face looks a little slimmer. And I know y'all see it. Don't be acting like y'all don't see it. I know y'all see it. But yeah, so like if you see my face, because y'all know I did have like my double chin was like right here. It really was. So I know y'all kind of see like my double chin. Ooh, it kind of shrinking. But anyway, let's get into today's video. I just had to humor y'all real quick. Y'all, if y'all been in my video, y'all know how we roll when I do my videos. I gotta like be humorous a little bit. So okay, so today I'm gonna talk about what is on my Kindle and the audiobooks that I want to read. So if you're not interested in staying for the whole video, make sure you put a book emoji before you exit so that I know you are here and you're not a ghost. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what's on my Kindle. So this is my Kindle Colorsoft. So I don't even remember downloading Absentia Mori. It says M Violet Absentia Mori, which is right there. So y'all know I've been really getting into fantasy. So I swear I don't remember. Maybe I bought these. Oh, you know what? I did buy these. I bought these on Stuff Your Kindle Day. So I bought that. And then I have The Moon's Daughter, which is like another fantasy. And then I have The Inheritance Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. That's on my Kindle to read. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. And then I have Hot for Teacher by Monique Fisher. I had downloaded that one. And let's see. Trial of the Sun Queen is like a fantasy as well. Oh, and then one book that I want to actually add to my TBR is called The Sky Full of Elephants. So the premise of that one is like all these white people walk into like a body of water and they vanish and only black people are left. So that is intriguing. I literally went and downloaded that on my Kindle because I just didn't want to buy any more physical books. So I downloaded that on my Kindle. I actually think that one it wasn't free. I think it was like $2.99 at the time. So I downloaded it on my Kindle because my coworker actually sent it to me and was like, hey, I think you would like to read this. So when I read the premise of it, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's interesting. It really is interesting. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go find this on Amazon. So I added that. And then I also added As Long as You're Mine by Nakisa Afia. So if you're not familiar with Nakisa Afia, she actually writes these like vintage type of mystery thrillers, which are very, very good. I think her whole trilogy with Dead Girls and Lethal Lady, and then what is the other one? They take place in like the Harlem Renaissance era, where there's this black girl who is investigating like all these crimes that are happening to like African Americans, like, but it's in like a Harlem Renaissance era. And like, it's so amazing the way that she is able to bring together like the story of social injustice and like racial prejudice and racial tensions like during that time, but in like a more modern version. Oh my gosh, y'all have to absolutely get into Nakisa Afia. So As Long as Your Mind is really about obviously a person of color. She's a ballerina, and what ends up happening is her father ends up committing suicide, but he ends up leaving behind a shocking confession of like all these murders he's committed. I'm like, Nakisa, I'm downloading that. And literally I went on Threads. She actually made a post about her book, and I went on her Threads and was like, girl, when Amazon sent this as a I don't know if y'all are like downloaded to like the Amazon what is it called? It's like Amazon First Sneak or First Shot or something like that. For people who are like Amazon Kindle users or like Amazon Prime members, they send you like books you can download for free that normally you can't get for free. And you can actually pick 2 free ebooks a month. So when I saw this on the list, I immediately was like, add to cart, because her writing, y'all, is so amazing. So that's something that's on my Kindle that I really want to get to. And I also want to get to The Mortal Affairs by Granger. So if you've not read The Secret World of Maggie Gray, oh my gosh, what are you doing with your life? Look in the mirror and say, what am I doing with my life? If not, I have not read anything by Granger. So I've literally read her whole Drew Collins series, but this is actually the last book. It's called The Mortal Affairs. And really it centers around like Maggie and her going to like this magical HBCU or elite HBCU, where she meets all these magical beings like in like different like factions. I want to call them factions. So you have like the wolves, the vampires, sirens, and basically Maggie is trying to identify like who she is in the midst of all these people in this world, this magical world she absolutely knows anything about. And y'all, when I tell you, it gets so much better each book. It gets so much better, y'all, each book. And she writes it so captivating. So if you're into like just the magical systems in the magical world, vampires, sirens, wolves, like I absolutely love it. And I think one of my favorites is the entrance of Bellamy. See, y'all gotta read the books for me to talk about it, because I'm trying not to include spoilers in this, you know. So, but Bellamy, if you've read at least the first 3 books, you know who Bellamy is. I think I absolutely just love Bellamy. Like, Bellamy is literally like one of my favorites. But I do like Coach. Y'all, Coach is like on the list for book boyfriend. Okay. So Mortal Affairs is like the 4th book in the series. In The Mortal Affairs, this actually centers like some, I want to say like some agents. I'm not sure like what type of agents they are, but these agents actually starts to uncover like hidden doors, magical spells, secrets, and like this powerful vampire family within like this whole magical world. So I don't know if this is actually going to be the last book in the series, but I'm hoping that it's really good. I think that I'm hoping to actually, I think for this particular book, what is that girl's name? Oh my gosh, y'all, hold on. Now, even though I know like majority of the book is really about Maggie and like all of her friends and identifying like who she is in this system, I think I'm more excited to see if Susie Lafayette in this book, because she is like a mysterious priestess witch, and she's like quiet, y'all, but Susie is deadly. Like, Susie is like psychologically insane. Like, I know she has to be. Like, the 3rd book was crazy. So I think even though Maggie is the FMC, I don't know, y'all. I'm like so excited to see if Susie is in this book, because I really want her true powers to come to fruition. Like, we have gotten taste of like what she can do throughout all of the 3 books, but never a taste of what she can actually really do. And so now what I want to finish, because I'm in the middle of the Capadonna series, I'm actually at 3, because I finished 2.5 like 2 months ago. And I had to literally like, okay, this is enough Jacques Courget, because y'all, she was taking over my TBR. That's just how great she writes. So I want to finish Capadonna. So to be honest, it's so complex. Like, I can't even sit down and describe Capadonna because it's so much going on. But really, it centers around aspects of like love, loyalty, friendship, family, dysfunction. It definitely has some violence in it. It definitely has triggers of like grief, loss, spontaneous abortion. And y'all know what spontaneous abortions are: miscarriages. I don't know why I said spontaneous abortions, but I don't even know why I said it like that. That's just like the first thing that came to my mind. But it has like miscarriages. It has like domestic violence. So it centers around Capadonna, which is actually Capone's brother. So pretty much you have to read Capone in order to understand Capadonna. So Capadonna is like just getting out of prison, trying to get his life together. And he just meets this girl named Alea. And then pretty much like the series kind of revolves around those two. And Capadonna does not play, y'all. Capadonna does not play. Like, when can a man not play with me like that? Y'all, when I say I absolutely love it, it's like watching a movie in your mind, though. So I absolutely love Jacques Auger in this series. So I'm hoping to actually finish out the series because I don't even remember where I left off. And I can't really tell y'all where I left off because that will just include spoilers because it is a series. So these books are not standalone. So these books are not standalone. So you can't just get book 3 and then think you're going to understand it. You literally have to read Capone first and then go into Capadonna because nothing is going to make sense. I promise you it won't. So with that being said,
okay, I found this on the web. For so these books are not alone. So you can't just get, and I
like, why is my iPad? I mean, listening, I had to shut the iPad. But anyway, so I definitely want to finish out that series before the end of the year. And let's see what else is on my Kindle for me to read. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know anything about like the novella that S.A. Cosby wrote in like this anthology series. I forgot what the series is actually called, but I actually found this on Amazon because I had typed in like other literature by S.A. Cosby, and Ride Like Hell actually came out. So this is actually a novella written by S.A. Cosby and like a book of like other authors. So it really centers around like some elite horse breeding, and I think it's actually like a mystery thriller. So I definitely cannot wait to get into that. I will also put these books up on the screen. So I definitely want to get into that before the end of the year. And also, there are some audiobooks that I would like to actually get into, that I actually just downloaded on Chirp because they had like a really good sale on books. And y'all know when the $2 book sale from Chirp be coming out, like I get those emails and I'm like, oh, let me go see something that's kind of semi-popular that I can get into. And y'all know they actually have free audiobooks as well. So if y'all did not see my how to get free books or free audiobooks, you definitely should check that video out. I will link it below in the description. But I love Chirp because I absolutely love the cheap books and the free books. They have something called Freebie Friday. And every Friday, they send you like free audiobooks that you can download for free. I actually have Spark of Everflame by Penn Cole, where like this young girl wants to like escape this mortal life. So this is actually like a romantasy. So it has elements of romance and fantasy. And I also think this is YA. And I want to get into that. So I actually have these downloaded as audiobooks. So I probably won't obtain the physical copy unless someone like my best friend or my mom or something just like buys it for me. And I also have The Perfect Marriage. I have the physical copy of The Perfect Marriage, and we all know that's by Geneva Rose, so there's no need to like explain what that is actually about. And then I have Crave by Tracy Wolf. I actually got the dramatized versions for like $4. So I actually have the physical copy. I found it at Ollie's. So this is also a YA where this girl's family gets in an accident and they are like unalived, and then she's sent to live with her uncle, and then she ends up going to this like supernatural school, and it's just like far from normal. So I actually cannot wait to get into that. So then we have The Coven and the Curse by Harper L. Woods. And this is actually dark academia, paranormal romance with like some supernatural elements in it. So basically it's about a girl named Willow. She spends pretty much like her entire life trying to protect her brother from like a coven that actually destroyed like her family. So I have those two books, and I saw that there is a third book, so that makes this now a trilogy, and I think it's called The Damned, but I haven't even read the first one. So I have The Coven. I have not gotten The Curse because I actually want to get into The Coven first. So The Coven is definitely something I want to get into the end of the year. Do I know if I'm going to be able to? I don't know, but if I listen to it on audio at work, I definitely can make that happen. So now the last book that I actually want to read, or audiobook that I want to listen to, is God of Malice by Rena Kent. This is from the Legacy of God series, which I think it's actually like 5 or 6 books in the series. So God of Malice is actually the first installment of the series. So this is actually dark romance. It centers around like a college student basically suffering with some mental health issues like suicide, depression, and she basically like meets another medical student who's actually like manipulative and controlling, and then they have like this dark romance obsessive type of relationship. So that's why I want to get into this, because a lot of my mutuals were saying like, oh my gosh, I really liked it. They didn't say they loved it, they said they liked it. So I actually want to read that since I did buy the first book. So I do have the physical copy of the first book, because sometimes I have to like see with my eyes even though I have the audiobook. But also you can download all of these on Kindle Unlimited, and I didn't even know that until I bought the first book. So really I just wasted like $15. But anyway, so those are some of the audiobooks that I actually want to get into. There are more, but those are the ones that I want to like up my audiobook TBR. I have an audiobook TBR, y'all, because my audiobooks are something that I actually listen to at work. So I have like my TBR for work, and then I have my TBR for like when I'm home, because like I have all these physical copies. So anyway, let me know in the comments what's on your TBR, whether they're audiobooks, physical books, ebooks. Let me know what's on your TBR before the end. And I know a lot of people are doing 10 before the end, but let's be realistic. Like, you can read 10 books in like a month. So just let me know what you're currently reading as well. If you stay to the end, put a book emoji or a headphone emoji for audiobooks in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.